Hello, everyone. My name is See Lor. I am a teacher and also an author. I've written several books in the past few years, and so today I would like to take this opportunity to read out loud to you one of my books. The book is called The Forbidden Treasure. I hope you enjoy.
The Forbidden Treasure by See Lor, illustrated by Kao Lee Thao. Pachia was an orphan. She lived with uncle, auntie, and her cousin, Maiku. They lived in a little humble village tucked away in the mountains. Pachia and Maiku did many chores together, but as cousins, they were very different. Pachia was kind and hard-working, always doing extra chores around the house. Maiku, however, had a very bad temper and was very, very lazy. One day, Uncle said, "Take the cows to the field, watch them graze on the grass, then bring them back." Maiku groaned. She didn't want to take the cows to the field. "Pachia is older now. She can go alone," Maiku said. Pachia pretended not to hear. "Shame on you!" cried Uncle. "Two hands get the work done faster. Two people give each other courage. You go now, or I will have you grind the grain and weed the garden." Maiku sighed. She didn't want to grind the grain nor weed the garden. So she picked herself up and went to the field with Pachia. At the field, Pachia watched the cows graze calmly on the grass. Her lazy cousin was nodding beneath a tree, deep asleep. Suddenly, Pachia heard a fluttering sound. She looked all around. Something was moving on the ground. She moved closer to it. It was a little sparrow, trapped and tangled in a long piece of string. Pachia turned and called out to her cousin, "Maiku, Maiku, come over here. I found a poor little bird. It needs our help." Maiku awoke from her sleep, and since she was very impatient and lazy, Maiku did not want to help. Instead, she began shooing and yapping at the cows. Maiku shouted impatiently, "Don't waste your time on a measly little bird. We must go back home now." Pachia's heart was heavy and deeply troubled. She didn't want to leave the bird. She thought to herself, "If I don't help, who will? It will surely die." Pachia knelt down and gently picked up the bird with her hands. Up and down and all around, Pachia untangled the string, freeing the bird. "There you go. Fly away, little bird," Pachia said, extending her arm out into the air. But the bird didn't fly away. It just stood in her hand, flapping its wings as if it was learning to fly for the first time. "Go now. Fly away," Pachia commanded again. Suddenly a small voice said, "One who is kind to others should be rewarded." "Who said that? Who are you?" asked Pachia. "It's me," said the bird. "I owe you my life." "What? You can talk?" asked Pachia surprisingly. "Yes, and for saving my life, I would like to give you something in return. Come back tomorrow morning before the rooster crows, and I will take you to a hidden treasure. You will be rewarded for your kindness 3 times more," said the bird. Pachia nodded in agreement. Then the bird flew away, disappearing into the distant sky. The next morning, Pachia awoke early before the rooster crowed and hurried back to the field as promised. Sure enough, the bird was already waiting for her. "Ah, you've come. Hurry, we must go," said the bird. At that very moment, the bird blazed with bright lights and grew to an enormous size. Pachia was stunned and couldn't believe her eyes. "Don't be afraid. Climb onto my back," said the bird. "I will take you to the forbidden treasure." Pachia nodded and mounted herself on the bird's back. She held on tightly to the soft, silky feathers. The enormous bird fluttered his mighty wings upward in a huge motion, and a gush of air brushed against Pachia's face. In an instant, they bolted up into the sky, soaring away as fast as lightning. Moments later, they arrived outside a wondrous cave filled with an everlasting treasure of silver, gold, and gleaming jewels. They had journeyed to a faraway place unreachable and untouched by humans. Don't take more than your hands can hold. We must leave before the sun rises, or ashes you will be. Now go and hurry back, warned the bird. The bird watched and waited for Pachia's return. Meanwhile, in the cave of treasure, Pachia grabbed 2 handfuls of gold and precious jewels. She put it away for safekeeping inside her pink sash, tied tightly around her tiny waist. Then she hurried back as she was told. Pachia held on tightly as the bird soared through the dawning sky, fast as lightning, disappearing into the silver lining of the horizon. Suddenly the sun rose vibrantly and lit the sky with its golden rays. Pachia and the bird made it back to the field. I shall return 2 more times to take you to the forbidden treasure. Meet me here again, and be sure to come before the rooster crows, said the bird. Yes, I will come again, Pachia said. Not wanting anyone to know that she had been gone, Pachia hurried home quietly and swiftly. Once home, Pachia put her precious treasure into a white pouch and hid it beneath her bed. She kept 2 golden coins in her hand and hurried to see Uncle and Auntie. But what would she tell them? Pachia began to waver. When Uncle and Auntie saw the golden coins, they were stunned. What is this? Where did you get these golden coins from? Asked Uncle. I earned them from harvesting rice for the rich merchant of the northern farm. He's the richest merchant of all, said Pachia. Take these golden coins and buy new clothes for you and Auntie to wear. Uncle and Auntie were so pleased with Pachia's generosity that they didn't even think twice about where she got the golden coins. Indeed, they needed new clothes and were very happy to see that Pachia had grown up to be such a thoughtful and generous person. Maiku, however, saw and heard everything and wasn't so pleased. She became jealous and bitter at Pachia. Early the next morning, Pachia rose before the rooster crowed again. She hurried back to the field to meet with the enchanted bird once more. But Pachia didn't know that her jealous cousin was secretly following her. Maiku lurked quietly behind a huge rock. She watched and listened carefully to everything, and as the bird magically changed into his enormous self and carried Pachia away, Maiku stayed hidden, waiting for their return. The morning light gently peeked out over the horizon. Almost as quickly as they had disappeared into the distant sky, Pachia and the bird glided back to the field from where they had left. Maiku was still hiding behind the rock. Neither the bird nor Pachia noticed her there. I will come by one last time. Be here before the rooster crows, reminded the bird again. Pachia nodded and hurried home. When all was clear, Maiku emerged quietly from the rock. She smiled as she thought of a malicious plan. Early the next morning, Maiku awoke before Pachia. She quickly made her way to the field to meet the bird. Sure enough, the bird was already there, perched calmly on a tiny branch. I am Maiku, Pachia's sister. Pachia told me to come in her place. She is very sick, Maiku said to the bird. The bird looked all around and didn't see Pachia, so he believed Maiku. A sister is family. For Pachia's kindness, I will take you to the forbidden treasure, said the bird. And with that, the bird changed into his enormous size. Maiku climbed eagerly onto the bird's back, and away they flew into the distant sky. Shortly after, Pachia arrived at the tree. She waited and waited, but the bird never came. Thinking that maybe she had missed the bird, Pachia sadly returned home. Meanwhile, the bird and Maiku came upon the cave of forbidden treasure. Mind you, don't take more than your 2 hands can hold. We must leave before the sun rises, or ashes you will be. Now go and hurry back, said the bird. Yes, yes, said Maiku eagerly, and away she dashed into the cave of wondrous treasure. When Maiku reached the forbidden treasure, she grabbed 2 handfuls. But then she wouldn't stop. She began filling up the green sash around her waist with more and more treasure. When her sash couldn't hold any more, and her hands were full as could be, Maiku sprinted back to the bird. By then, it was too late. The bird had flown away and was no more than just a tiny speck amongst the clouds in the sky. Stop! Come back! Cried Maiku. Suddenly, a flaming star rose with vibrant light and scorching heat, and where its mighty rays touched, everything crackled and burned. Ah! Maiku cried as she felt a sharp pain burned upon her face. At that very moment, a huge shadow descended from the sky, and with a single swoop carried Maiku away with great speed. All the shimmering treasure poured out of her green sash and fell down, down, down. Greedy child! No amount of treasure is greater than one's life. Go and learn from your humble sister, scolded the bird angrily. At last, the bird came to the field and shook Maiku from its back. With one powerful stroke of his mighty wings, the bird soared sharply and swiftly into the sky and disappeared into thin air to never be seen again. Maiku ran home sobbing in dismay, and for the rest of her life, she never told anyone of how she got such a shameful scar on her face. As for Pachia, she grew more beautiful each day and lived a rich and happy life with auntie and uncle.